While we were all worried about giving AI so much power that it might destroy the world, little did we know that we already embedded software in 90% of critical systems that allows us to do it ourselves. You probably already heard that millions of Windows computers around the world absolutely went. In this video, let's take a deep dive and see what caused this massive outage. First, let's take a look at the impact. A software glitch caused internet disruptions or outages in at least 20 countries. Flights were grounded due to airlines losing access to booking systems. Check out this time lapse of flights over the US during the outage. Some banks experienced outages that impacted payment systems. Some news stations were unable to broadcast for hours. Hospitals faced problems with appointment systems. Even billboards went down. Check out these billboards in New York's Times Square. Some people even reported long lines building up at Starbucks locations, which clearly was the worst part of the story. So in summary, it was a real dumpster fire. This is basically what we all thought Y2K would be, but instead it happened in 2024. So now let's take a look at exactly how this happened. On July 19th, Crowdstrike, a cybersecurity company, pushed out an update to about 8.5 million Windows machines for its Falcon platform. This Falcon platform is essentially a lightweight antivirus mostly used by businesses and governments for protecting their devices. Though it's actually more than just an antivirus. It's better described as an endpoint protection platform, where an endpoint in cybersecurity lingo is essentially just anything connected to the internet. So desktops, laptops, servers, smartphones, tablets, Internet of Things, and so on. It's part of a group of antivirus systems known as NGAVs, or Next Generation Antivirus Solutions. These are supposed to be more advanced than the traditional antivirus software. Traditional antivirus software primarily operates by comparing file signatures against a database of known malware signatures. This approach is obviously limited in its ability to detect new viruses. Platforms like Falcon, on the other hand, continuously monitors actions of files and processes in real time, in part using machine learning and behavioral analytics to spot threats. So if there's anything sus going on, it can detect it and block it, even if it's not a known piece of malware. This requires a lot of compute, but the software still needs to be able to run on the intern's 2001 Lenovo laptop. This is why NGAVs operate on the cloud. They can run this complex analytics on external machines rather than on the client. Falcon installs a lightweight agent on the machine. This agent is essentially just responsible for continuously sending data to the cloud where remote machines do most of the heavy analytics and detect any threats as they come in. To do this, the agent operates as what's known as a kernel mode driver. A kernel mode driver is a type of software that operates at the kernel level of an operating system, where a kernel is a core part of the OS with complete control over everything in the system. Software operating on this level have high-level privileges, allowing them to execute any CPU instructions and access any memory address, where typically most regular software can't do this. You can see why this would be required for antivirus software which works in the way Crowdstrike Falcon does. But you can also probably see that this is at root why the software was able to brick millions of machines across the world. On the night of July 19th, Crowdstrike released an update for this agent. Unfortunately, somehow one of the files associated with the update was corrupted. In particular, it was this file. For some unknown reason, somehow it got corrupted, and rather than having proper instructions, it just contained all zeros. Now this file is used by the Crowdstrike agent. In particular, it's used by this program, which is part of the Crowdstrike Falcon agent operating as a kernel mode driver. Well, the Crowdstrike driver is actually required to be ran on boot of Windows systems when it's installed. So you can see what happens here and why this is so devastating. Before Windows boots, it tries to load the Crowdstrike agent. The agent tries to load the corrupted update file and crashes. So Windows is unable to load and you get the blue screen of death. So for most people, the only solution is to follow the link to the Microsoft support page, boot into safe mode, and delete the file. Somewhere out there, some poor IT dude is still doing this one machine at a time, trying to get through a few hundred computers. And that's a deep dive as to exactly what happened. Thanks for watching.